Okay, so what I want to do is go over this press release, which is hundreds sickened by the mystery illness in southern India. So let's just jump right into it. So hundreds have been hospitalized and at least one death has been reported of an unidentified illness, and it has spread through Andhra Pradesh, India. So for those of you who are not aware, this is Andhra Pradesh, and I'm butchering that name, so I apologize for that. But it's in southern India, and this is one of the locations that has a lot of coronavirus that is spreading through it right now. So let's continue down. So according to the Associated Press, the Press Trust of India news agency reports on Sunday that a hospitalized 45-year-old man died after exhibiting symptoms similar to epilepsy and nausea. So this is something that stuck out to me because one of the things that I was concerned about was epilepsy and other type of neurological conditions is something that I'm a little concerned about as far as what are some of the long-term consequences of COVID-19. However, it appears, I'm going to spoil it already, it appears as though that COVID-19 is not the culprit in this particular case, and it seems to be pesticides, actually. Well, let's continue. So symptoms that have been observed so far include nausea, anxiety, and loss of consciousness, report the AP, and the illness was first detected on Saturday in the city of Eluru. So the patients who have fallen ill with the mysterious with the mysterious illness have tested negative for the coronavirus and other viral diseases that could explain their symptoms. So officials have yet to determine the cause of illness. Water samples have not shown any signs of contamination, and not all the patients exhibiting symptoms were linked to the municipal water supply. So this is earlier, a lot of people were thinking that water, the common water source, was the causative agent because all of these people that have been hospitalized drank from a common water source. But however, not everyone seems to be linked to the municipal water supply now. A team of experts was sent to the region by the federal government on Monday to investigate the illness. And the Times of India reported that most of the patients were in their 20s and 30s, though there were some children under the age of 12 as well. So this is something that contrasts very heavily to COVID-19 in that it's affecting younger, healthier people. So this would be tragic if it was linked to COVID-19 because that means that there would be other consequences for younger people. But it'd be strange for it to appear in one area and not in a lot of areas. You'd think that you would see that all over the world at the same time rather than it being clustered in a small area, unless, of course, there was some sort of variant that were to mutate in that area. So luckily, it appears as though that's not the case. So I was a little concerned when I heard about this earlier today. So, according to the newspaper, organochlorine pesticides are now believed to be the most likely cause of the sudden illness, according to the newspaper, and these chemicals are mostly used in anti-mosquito fogging. So, so funny story. There was one time as when I was a younger person, not realizing what these fogging agents were. I was in Indiana, and I actually ran through one of the fogging clouds that were there to get rid of mosquitoes. Had I known that it was probably some sort of organochlorine compound, I probably wouldn't have done that. But uh, alas, I seem to be fine. So, and I didn't mean to click anything, but so just so you know, that's it. And there's another website over here called the Times of India and Mysterious Disease in Andhra Pradesh, Eluru, what we know so far. This place has some updates. So here are the top developments. The organochlorine pesticides are, with the mysterious disease baffling experts and the government alike, preliminary analysis of various test reports have almost established the role of organochlorine substances in the infection. They really shouldn't call it an infection, but in whatever is causing this issue that have left one dead and over 450 infected in Andhra Eluru town. So organochlorine pesticides are chlorinated hydrocarbons used in agriculture and mosquito control. In the United States, we have really cut a lot of these organochlorine pesticides out of use because of for one, they are toxic to the body, and a lot of them can persist in the environment for significant periods of time. One of the things that caused us to, go against this was the diminishing bald eagle population with DDT. Uh, I'm reading some conflicting things online, but I think the most what would the word be? Established connection was the DDT would bioaccumulate in the fish because it went into the waterways, and then anything that ate the fish ended up having it bioaccumulate even more, and so this could have caused DDT poisoning in bald eagles, and also supposedly caused the embryos to be more likely to abort because of the thinning of the shells. Who knows what the actual thing was, and that was just something that I learned a long time ago, and obviously things could change. But anyways, so here the compounds include DDT that is widely used in anti-mosquito fogging. So mostly yes, but we are waiting for the laboratory reports for confirmation, a top official said when asked about the organochlorine being a disease triggering agent. So for those of you who are not aware, this is what DDT looks like. So here we have our aromatic rings, which have a lot of chlorine attached to them. And so I don't know exactly the properties of it, but just know that it works as a functional insecticide and is very, very effective at keeping mosquito populations down, which could be, I mean, you do your cost benefit analysis. Like, do you, if you are dealing with, malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, all these diseases that are spread by mosquitoes, some people might argue that it's better to deal with the cancer 20, 30 years later than it is to deal with malaria now, because you might have a severe, your quality of life might go down significantly if you contract these diseases, but if you poison your environment just enough so that you can survive longer, you might be able to, solve the problems that come with that. Well, regardless, we did that in the United States, and then we decided to get rid of the use of DDT so that our environment can be a little bit healthier. And we found other ways to control our mosquito populations. So there is that, and I think with that I will leave this video, and I want to thank everyone for subscribing. So apparently a few days ago it became vogue, or it was in the news, that a lot of people were experiencing erectile dysfunction from COVID-19, and so that seemed to have drawn the attention for a few of my previous videos. So that's why I'm coming back right now, so that I can get a video out there, and hopefully tomorrow I'll get quite a few more out, going back into the science news and then doing more. I do want to do a discussion on the MMR vaccine, how MMR, the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine that is given to some people, it appears that people who receive that vaccine particularly have what would the word be? An innate immunity against COVID-19, or at least the severe consequences of COVID-19. And those people have the benefit, whereas people who have contracted the diseases do not have the benefit. So I want to sort of brainstorm what are some of the reasons why someone who receives a vaccination would be more protected against COVID-19 than someone who contracted those other diseases themselves and then ended up not being immune to COVID-19 when they should be, given that they're producing the same antibodies. So with that, thanks for sticking with us till the end, and hopefully this ends up being this organochlorine pesticide rationale is the reason why these 300, 400 some people got sick. It would be absolutely devastating if this was also just another plague or another consequence of whatever pandemic is going on right now. So with that, I'm going to leave, and thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow.